Hey, stock traders, Johnny Red here from Transparent Traders. Today we're going to talk about some EV stocks. We're going to talk about and give some breakdowns on price levels to be watching if you're looking to trade, buy, first getting into, if you're already holding them, what you should be looking for three companies, and those are going to be Lucid Motors, stock ticker LCID, NIO, stock ticker NIO, and Rivian, stock ticker RIVN. So we'll get those trading view charts pulled up and let's get into it, folks. All right, traders, investors, we got the TT Blackbox platform pulled up. As you can see, this section right here is where our algorithms are alerting bearish and bullish directions for swing trades. I got it sorted for just swing trades and whole. You can sort by bullish or bearish if you prefer. But what we're looking at is what our algorithms saw in the last couple of days for each of these tickers. As you can see, Lucid Motors has not alerted, but Rivian and NIO have both alerted here recently. Last time Rivian alerted was February 3rd as a bearish swing trade, and NIO January 31st as a bullish swing trade. So we're going to get those trading view charts pulled up now, and we'll go over those price level breakouts. So the first ticker we're going to talk about is Lucid Group. That's stock ticker LCID. As you can see here, the ranges really hadn't changed since the last video I put out. We're still looking for it to break above 28 to enter for a bullish play, or break below 25.80 to enter for a bearish play. If you scroll back on the 30-minute chart, come back to the September-October range, you can see where I got the bearish entry for just once it does get below 25.80, you can see that it tried for multiple weeks before it finally broke back above it, but it came down and tested the 22.61 range. That's how we got our first target. Our second target, same thing. Once it got below the 22.61, it bounced between it and the 20.55, and then same for the 20.55 to the 18.65 range. So as everybody should know by now, I trade and take alerts and everything based off repetitive price action. Now, Lucid Motors is a ticker that I am long-term bullish on. I am looking for this to break above the 28 mark. We tested that several times this past week, but our first target range is the 29.90 range. The last time we broke above this, we did get up to 29.90. I think we made about 25% on some option contracts and some, I think it was like 8% on some shares, or 5%. I can't remember exactly off the top of my head, but that's basically where we get the first target of 29.90. Then we're looking at that 32.90 range. Just that was the last time when it had the massive drop. You can see that for a pre-market trading session, it bounced around between that 32.90 and 34 range. So that'll be a little bit difficult to break. We just want to watch that. From 34, we'll go up to 36.90 and then to 39.55, and that's all based off it bouncing between the 34 to 36.90. And if you look at all these times that it was trading above 36.90, it'd like to bounce between 36.90 and the 39.55 range before it breaks up. Of course, I have all these other ranges played out. You can see that we're looking 43.15 next. Then we'll 45, 47, and 49. So for the bullish play, you're looking for a break above 28. Targeting range is 29.90. Basically up to 47.80, but you got all these ranges in between that you got to watch out for the breaks above. So as soon as you break above one, give yourself about 25 cents to about 50 cents of room, set a stop loss, and wait for the next one. You can always re-enter. If we break above 29.90, we don't quite get to 32.90 and you get stopped out. How I always play it is, now my next entry would be 32.90, the range that I couldn't hit, and then I do that all the way up. So I hope this video helps with Lucid Motor Group. Once again, that's stock ticker LCID. All right, traders, here we go. We have stock ticker RIVN pulled up on the trading view charts. This is Rivian Automotive Incorporated. This is another EV stock, another one that I'm following. I'm bullish long term on this. I do have a break below for a bearish trade if you want to try to capitalize on that. I have this set at $50. It's never been this low since it IPO'd. I just know there's been this time range right here when the market was kind of getting a little ugly. It did test this. If you're looking to capitalize on a bearish play on this, you could look for a break below 50. So when I'm looking for a bullish entry on this is 63.55. You can see over the last couple of weeks, once it was below that 63.55 range, it tested this several times, never really could break above it. If it did break above it, it tested the 68.70 range. So that's going to be our first target range is 68.70. Once it gets above 68.70, you can see that it likes to bounce off the 72.30 range. You can see back here, it bounced once it broke below 72.80, bounced off 68.70, came back up, never could get back above it. So after 72.30, we're looking for the 76.89 range, which you can see that right in here where it broke below it, then to 83.20 and 89.15. After that, I'm sure we'll have another update video, but just keep in mind, I trade and enter my trades off of repetitive price action. So I'm looking for levels that throughout on a 30-minute chart that the stock like to test either going down or going up. So bullish or bearish, and that's how I pick my entries, and that's how I pick my target ranges. I also use the TT Blackbox algorithm alerts to identify what tickers I'm looking to trade. So once again, folks, this is stock ticker RIVN, Rivian Automotive Incorporated, and that's going to be your price levels for a bullish entry on RIVN 63.55 with a target range of 68.70 to 89.15 with multiple levels in between. All right, traders, we have stock ticker NIO. NIO Incorporated pulled up another EV ticker that we're going to go over. We're looking at a bullish entry of 26.20, a break above that. As you can see, we've been fighting basically the 20 to 25 range for the last 2 weeks. The bearish, I do have this broken out, a break below 20 if you want to try to capitalize on a bearish move. I mean, it slightly broke that for about like 70 cents the other day, and then 17.15 to 10.95. We haven't been in those ranges since the end of 2020, and I don't really foresee those coming. So we're looking for this as a long-term play with a bullish entry. I'm bullish long-term on this. So we're looking for that break above 26.20. Then our first target is going to be the 28.10 range. And that's just because once it gets down there, it likes to kind of bounce around that 28.10 range. So we might see a little struggle getting above that. Once we get above the 28.10 range, we're going for the 32 range, and you can see that once it was above it, it just bounced for a couple of months between those two ranges. Once we're above 32.02, you can see that that next range that we like to bounce was 33.64, 33.64 back here. Same thing with 35.35, and then we'll go up to 41.20. Once again, I play off repetitive price action.
Amazingly simple.